Hi everyone, so today is going to be my final installment of my first one palette 3 looks with my Urban Decay Naked Palette, which is old and wonderful, and I don't know if you can tell from my last 2 videos, I highly recommend it. So this is going to be a bit of a darker look, at least that's what I have planned. I actually have an idea in my head, but I haven't tried it yet, so we will see. I'm going to prime with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. Again, I feel like I'm boring saying that every time, but how many primers does one girl need? One. The answer is one. In case you're curious. I almost didn't prime because I only need this makeup to last a few hours, but it really does stop it from creasing. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in now, which I hate doing, but are you focusing on me? Okay. So I'm gonna start off with just this kind of flat-ended shader brush and the color Virgin, and I'm just gonna put that underneath my brow bone. And then the next, I'm gonna use this really teeny tiny, it's a number 105 Sonic Q-Stack brush. It is so teeny tiny. And I'm going to be working with this color here called Smog. It's so pretty. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to try to do like a little bit of a halo look. I'm just using this to get it precisely in the inner corner. And I'll blend it out a little bit afterwards. It's a little bit humid in this room right now, so everything's kind of sticking really good. I do feel like, okay, so then now I have that laid, I'm gonna take this Buck color and I'm gonna use that as my transition color, so just a little bit on a MAC 217 brush, which is dirty, don't judge me. I clean my brushes quite regularly, but not every time I use them. I don't actually think that's, unless I'm using them on clients, I don't actually think that's good for the brush. So just Buck in there as my transition color. Windshield wiper motions. Which Wayne Goss the other day on his site, which I love him, but he's getting a little bit preachy for me. He says you shouldn't do windshield wiper motions. Should I do little circular motions? I like windshield. I figure it's more efficient. Now I'm going to use my MAC 224 brush to kind of soften that up. So this is just, my 224 brush is pretty much, never has any product on it. Okay, now going back in with that 217, I'm going to go back into Smog and do my outer corner. I'm gonna use this little It Cosmetics. This is mostly what I have on my face, the bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I'm liking it. Am I in camera? And I'm just doing the outside. Oops, I put my brush in dark colors by accident. We're not there yet. The outside portion, and then I'm gonna flip the brush it was facing sideways, and I'm gonna flip it flat and put that inside basically my eyeball socket. Like you can kind of see I'm pushing in there, which looks a little odd. And this look, because I've been trying to get this darker look done, is going to be so much darker than what I need for where I'm going. But that's okay. Back into Smog to darken up that outside corner. If you notice, I've left this kind of inner portion. It's not quite the inner corner and it's not quite the middle, because I'm gonna put some Toasted in there. Makeup names make me laugh. Who has that job? Okay, now the other side. Do you know a lot of YouTubers do one side first and then they film the other side, and I don't know how they remember exactly what they did. I wouldn't be able to. This is such a pretty, oh, don't cover, bronzy brown. Like, it's not a bronze, it's definitely in the brown family, but I really like it. It's very flattering and it's really good for my eye color. And then I'm going to take my 224 and I'm going to dip my brush in what is left of Sin here. That's a color I might actually go. You can buy it on its own. And I'm just going to kind of diffuse the edges up there just to make it look a little bit more blended. So just around the outside of that color. And now I'm going to take a pencil brush, and this is my Sephora tiny pencil brush. It's a staple in my collection, and I'm going to go back into that smog color and I'm going to run it underneath my lash line. So I'm doing quite the halo look. Yeah. And I have quite a bit of fallout that I'm going to have to brush away. But that's okay. That's why we put powder underneath our eyes, so. And when I do the inner corner, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, kind of like that. 1 second, my husband is texting me about his burrito-ness. So I have to pause. Hold, please. Okay, I'm back. Burritos have been ordered. So if you see all this fallout, you just take a little brush and you sweep it away. And then if not, sometimes there's lots and you have to go in with some more concealer. Like underneath here, I'm starting to look a little baggy, but let's continue. I digress. We just ordered burritos. I'm pretty excited. They're my favorite dinner. My husband's picking them up on the way home. All right, so we're gonna run this color underneath this eye all the way around as well. And then to kind of blend that out, I'm gonna take my MAC 217 and I'm gonna dip into Naked, which is, oh, focus, that matte color there. And I'm just gonna dip, I'm gonna wipe off my MAC 217. This is where I would like to own 2 of these, but I don't, and they're expensive. So I'm just gonna dip and I'm just gonna kind of blend and soften that out a bit. Hopefully. And imagine me going to, I don't know, something like a club or a concert with this, as opposed to what I'm actually going to do, which is do some rescue work. Okay, and then for my eyeliner today, I'm going to be using my MAC Fluid Line in Blacktrack and this little angled eyeliner brush. And I'll probably do, oh, I've not even done the eyeshadow. Oh my goodness, I left an entire blank space. In that blank space, we are going to take Toasted on our ring finger and we are just going to simply blend it on. And it's just a smidge lighter, so it's not like a super obvious halo, but I think it gives a nice effect. And I know right now I kind of look like I got punched, but I swear it will all come together. I just want to take that MAC 217 again and make sure that I have no harsh lines. I do look a little bit like a panda right now. So just dipping into my fluid line. And I think when you use a gel or a pot liner, it's really important that you start in the middle of the eye and not in your inner corner, because then you'll end up depositing the most of the product on your inner corner. So, like that. And then I go back in and do, oh, I got a lot of my eyelash, there we go. Inner corner. And then we're just going to do a small wing, so just kind of up to that socket there, and then over. And sometimes you gotta dip twice to make it opaque. So there's my little, oh, there's a little weird bump here. So there's my little wing. So I'm gonna do the other eye and my mascara, and I'm either gonna cut it out or speed through it really fast because really there's only so much liquid eyelining, and mascara you can figure it on your own, top and bottom. So that's mostly the final eye look. I kind of want to clean up the concealer underneath, so I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector and just kind of get that right underneath there. And then because they're particularly blue, I'm actually going to use some of this Ben Nye Banana Powder on my e.l.f. blush brush, which I always use. And I literally just use what's in the top of the lid that I like, such a small amount. Sometimes I might put a tiny bit on the tip and swirl it in. But I find if I'm looking particularly under eye, it's really helpful. So let's back up a bit. Oh, look, that's better. So that's the final eye look. The lighting's not great today, so I'll have to see what this looks like, because it looks pretty good in person, and then when I look in the camera, I really look like a panda. For my lips, I'm gonna use this Arbonne color, and it's like a peachy nude. And what's it called? Rose Petal. Because it's a rosy nude then. So it's funny, I like the look in my mirror, but I'm not loving it in the camera. So I'll have to see how it translates onto the computer screen. It's humid in here, so my hair's going fluffy. I'm getting a burrito, which makes me happy. So that's the end of my Naked palette. Just to give a little roundup, highly recommend it. Not my favorite Naked palette, but it's just so versatile. Like, the only thing I do wish is that they put in a few more, maybe 3 light colors, and then medium tones, and then dark tones. This one is really, really dark. So not a lot of people use black eyeshadow. I do because I wear every color. But there's a lot of people there who wouldn't use a black eyeshadow. So I don't think they needed the Creep and the Gunmetal in there, although they're both great colors. I think, and this one is a lot sparklier than the Naked 2. So I will talk about Naked 2 when I get to that series, that part of the series. Although next I think I'm going to do a non-Naked palette just to keep things kind of fresh and not boring. But that's the, what I'm calling sexy, the darker minor nighttime look. The one thing that this could really use is a good pair of falsies, because I'm not doing anything fancy tonight. I don't want to waste a pair of falsies. They're not free. So that is the end of my tutorial. I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. If you'd like to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, that would be wonderful and amazing, and I would love you to bits. And I've gotten a lot of really great feedback from friends and family about these videos, and that they like them and that it's not too dorky. So I hope that you all continue to watch and have a great day. Bye.